Hi Scorpio, I hope you guys are doing well. These are going to be some general messages for July 8th through July 16th. Cards are popping already. If you guys have watched one of my first 6 videos that I did yesterday, you're going to notice that I pulled cards according to the aspects that were happening on each day. But this I'm just going to do a general week because I got very mixed feedback from that, so I'm just going to work the aspects in. Let's just get some crowning energy, some astrology crowning energy to get us started, and then I'm going to pull some cards for the beginning of the week, middle of the week, challenges, and then the end of the week. So for your crowning, we have Cancer, I feel. Fellow water sign. Very nice. I like that. This is you relying on your wisdom of what you feel right now. So I do like that. That's always good. And you know, we do have this Cancer Capricorn eclipse going on, Scorpio, but depending on where you have your other placements, generally speaking, the archetype of Scorpio, you guys like the lucky dogs out of this one, because you guys are going to be feeling the least amount of crazy. But again, depending on what else you have in your chart. So you might have a rising sign that's a cardinal sign, or your Mars, your Mercury, your Venus, you know, whatever them. And the cardinal signs are Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer. Everybody's feeling it, but some of the signs are feeling it a lot worse, or just a lot more strong. I hate to say worse, because transformation is good. Change is good. Change is good. Okay, so this will be for the middle of the week. Okay, this will be your challenges here. Nine of Pentacles in the challenges. Okay, it's not that bad. Okay. All right, somebody's giving you a hard time here. Ace of Wands in your outcome. 7 of Cups. Okay, nice, good. Oh, I like the 4 of Wands in your outcome. Okay, all right, pretty good. All right, can you guys see? Hopefully, yeah. All right, so let's talk about the crowning energy first. Cancer, I feel. So when this card presents itself in a reading, emotions are running high. Emotions are going to be running high, but you guys are a water sign. I think you're pretty used to that. You might want to withdraw for a couple of minutes during this week. That's perfectly normal with this energy, and you may be dealing with somebody who is withdrawn or depressed at this time. Somebody in your life who you care about may be dealing with depression, and there's a feeling of being connected to the unseen world in this energy too. It's just increased psychic ability, and Scorpio, you guys do have that naturally anyway. And look, Cancer's just, you know, Cancer's your brother or sister here, right? It's a fellow water sign. But this could also be you just being super in sync with other people's emotions right now, where you're instinctively knowing exactly what to do right now for the people in your life that you care about. There's a sensitivity and emotional closeness indicated here. And if you're wondering about love, it may be a secret or involved with very bonded souls. Like you may just feel extremely bonded to somebody. But for many of you, I feel like it might even be in secret. And I don't mean that in a shady way. You just might be carrying and harboring these feelings for somebody that you're not fully admitting right now. This can also mean that family or domestic issues need to be addressed, because Cancer is about home, right? So, you know, mother or maternal figure is also indicated by this card. Just women figure pretty prominently, even though most of tarot really is not gender specific at all. But understand too, in this energy, your moods might be changeable right now in this energy, kind of like the moon phases, right? Throughout this week. So, you know, you just, if you can withdraw for a minute and just stay to yourself. And I see you got the Hermit here. You do have some, you got the High Priestess. You do have some tarot cards here supporting this. But yeah, you might be in a space where you might want to hide and withdraw from the hurt and pain of something. Perhaps the pain is real or imagined, but in this solitude, you'll be able to build a greater strength to face whatever it is that you feel like might be holding you back in a certain area of your life, okay? So that's your crowning energy. So let's get right into the week. So at the start of the week, we're starting with the High Priestess. It's just a moon energy with the numerology links to justice and judgment, which is really good since we have this square sextile going on, the square sextile, I can't even speak, conjunction and opposition that we're dealing with here. This is a fellow water element. And this is your intuition being really, really turned up. You guys are going to be in like a period of incubation this week. You're going to feel very private about something, very inward, deepening your relationship with your higher self. You might be nursing an idea for something that you want to execute in your life, but you're really not talking to anybody about it right now. And for some of you, this can be that you're single for a time right now, or if you're in a relationship, you or your partner are choosing to keep a part of your life separate or secret from others in your life. And regarding work, if it's nothing to do with relationships, regarding work, success is coming, but contracts in new work are going to take a little bit of time to nurture, which is okay. Listen, in the 7th, we had Mercury went retrograde. It's retrograde half our life, so certain aspects of our life is certainly going to have experienced a little bit of delay. That's perfectly natural. But what I feel here, though, is that you guys are using your High Priestess energy to get through the Venus and Cancer square Chiron and Aries, and Venus and Cancer sextile Uranus and Taurus, which, you know, these aspects can create challenges in love and self-esteem and even money. So you could be feeling some of these conflicting energies around you, and you're just kind of hunkering down into your High Priestess mode just to stay low-key while you feel your way through the start of this week, is what I'm getting. Okay, and then we have the 3 of Cups. This is a Mercury in Cancer. This is another water element. So you have a lot of fellow element support here for this week, which I really do like. Many of you starting this week, you're going to have a very carefree attitude, just looking to have some simple fun. The only caveat with this particular energy is it can bring on thoughtlessness and superficiality, so just be careful of that. But besides that, there's a very flirtatious vibe to this 3. So if you're looking for a relationship, you're going to find yourself in a pretty perfect situation to meet someone who you actually resonate with. And there's a feeling of abundance here and a happiness in spending time with people who make you feel good. You know, people who just raise your vibrational level rather than bring you down, you know, which is great. And I feel that, you know, the Mercury in Leo conjunct Mars in Leo, like all conjunctions, this conjunction is empowering, and it's great for sparking creativity and just having a lot of fun. So this is definitely going to be a sweet spot for you for the month, actually. So that's really nice, Scorpio. And then we have the 4 of Cups. This is a Moon in Cancer, yet another water element card. And this is the kind of energy that makes us feel disillusioned in something. But it's typically the type of disillusionment from having been hurt in the past, where you're really looking to protect yourself right now. And, you know, those of you who've been watching me know, if you ever see this, I pull this card. This is the checklist card. I just call this the checklist card. It's like, you know, you instantly reject anyone who doesn't live up to your exact standards. And I don't mean that in a bad way, okay? Meaning, I'm never going to be with somebody who does that again, and I definitely need somebody who does this again. And you have this very specific criterion, so much so that if the perfect person came along, you know, and came right up to you in your face, you wouldn't recognize it, just because you're very in self-protection mode, you know. But the thing is, this tells me that you're in a space of wondering if you're and this is even for those of you, I'm getting even for many of you in relationships, like, is it possible to be completely happy in a relationship? And, you know, the answer is yes, but this is about you risking opening up emotionally in the way that's needed. So many of you may think you're really, really fully ready for love, but there might just be, and even if you're with somebody right now, there might just be some past issues that you still have to heal. So, yeah. So if you're in an established relationship where you're with somebody for a very long time, you could be feeling this in addition to just feeling bored, you know. And I don't mean bored, that sounds very harsh, but where everything has become very routine and very rote. And if this is the case, you have the power to make the changes that are necessary. Otherwise, you're going to end up finding yourself in a relationship more out of habit than happiness, you know. So you might feel bored and unchallenged here, you know. And actually, the boredom and the feeling unchallenged And when I say unchallenged in relationship, not that you want to be challenged, but you don't feel that spark of motivation. And guys, the energy here indicates you can find it. You have all these beautiful cups and they're all upright. You just have to look at them a little differently. And this can go for a job as well. Some of you just might not be feeling too happy with your work these days. And this makes sense to me, right? Since we have on the 9th, we have the Sun in Cancer opposing Saturn in Capricorn. And then going into the 10th and 11th, we have this trine. So I feel like the energy is very supportive here of you recognizing this kind of just overall tiredness of your situation and you doing something positive with it about, moving forward. I do feel like that. And then going into the middle of the week, we have kind of like the 10th, 11th, and 12th. We do have a couple of trines and a square. And we love trines. Trines are all about flow and squares are about challenge. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag. But we have this Knight of Wands. Okay? And this is about really feeling ready to just get up and go. So Scorpio and Sag energy. Any blocks to progress are going to be lifted midweek. And this is a welcome sign if you've been waiting for decisions or generally been feeling stuck in something. Stuck in a decision. Something has been bothering you. Something has been poking at you. And you need to make a decision. So now you can have the conversation you need to have to move forward on something in your life. So follow your intuition right now. And try not to overthink something because I'm seeing these next two cards tell me that you could, you are feeling a little stuck here. We got the Hermit and the Two of Swords. The Hermit, which is a Virgo energy and has the numerology linked to the Moon, which is about, everything that's underneath. Hiding things, not necessarily in a malicious way, but keeping things in. So this tells me that you're taking an opportunity to kind of drop out of your routines where you can in this week for some solitude as you process your thoughts and feelings about something. So this is you truly seeking your own counsel, Scorpio. It's like you have a decision to make and you're really looking for a very unique approach to some challenge in your life right now, and you just need a little bit of mental space to figure it out. What I like about this, though, is there's something very healing about this energy. There's this self-healing here. Now, actually, not only self-healing, you may even be finding yourself guiding others, showing somebody else the way forward. Maybe it's this person who's struggling with depression in your life. Even if you feel like you're not fully qualified, even if you feel like you don't have it all figured out yet, there's going to be something that you're going to be able to give to somebody in your life during this week that's actually going to be really, really helpful for them, which is great. And regarding career, this energy does want you to maybe take a different approach, like stand back and take a real panoramic look at your job, at your career, or what you do for money. What could you be doing differently that might make you feel more fulfilled? And in relationships, this energy wants you to take time to invest in your current relationship or to work on your relationship with yourself. And for many of you, this might be a period of being single as you transform into this higher version of yourself. But there's change going on here. Well, the change is happening with everyone. But I just feel like it's going to have a little bit of a softer aspect for most Scorpios, for the archetype. But again, this is a general reading, and everyone's going to have different placements in their houses and all the other elements in their chart. So then we have the Two of Swords, which is a Moon and Libra energy, and this shows a time of thinking before you make a decision. A situation in your life has reached a stalemate for sure. So you can view this as like I was going to say truce, but it's not really a truce. Really, it's more of a time where you're just really thinking things through. You're just really thinking things through. Something's at a stalemate in your life, you feel. So you have to make a decision. You have to have some conversation where there's negotiation involved. And the tendency here is to protect yourself and, just to have a little peace. You just don't want to take any action just for a minute. Unfortunately, this upcoming situation isn't going to go away, and you're best off solving it now and getting it out of the way, because what you don't want is for it to return in a festered way, right? Even worse than before. And it is pretty likely that you're dealing with a difficult person who has a sharp tongue, right? Because we have these swords. But don't be afraid to get a tongue lashing from this person. Just stay grounded and say what you think. But this is what's going to be going on. But this makes sense to me. There is this decision, I feel, Scorpio, that a lot of you are going to be needing to make right now. Yeah. All right. And then as far as the challenges that you're going to be facing this week, the first one we have is the Nine of Pentacles, which is a Venus in Virgo, which is actually a great card. All right. But in this position and as a challenge, this tells me that this is what you want. You want the Nine of Pentacles. You want security. You want to be able to really feel in charge of your own life. Many of you may be in that position where you're quite comfortable financially, and you like to be able to purchase things on your own and not feel guilty about it, and not get the what do they call it? The fifth degree, whatever, from somebody in your life complaining about money that you spend. And you might be in this space, but you might be dealing with somebody who's challenging you on this. So this could be a partner who has an issue with spending, and if they keep that spending up, you're not going to have this level of comfort. Or this could be you just constantly trying to get ahead, and you just don't feel like maybe you have a partner that's on the same page with you. But I feel like it's this external energy. So the external energy could certainly be coming from either a partner, could be coming from one of your kids, or other family members, or this can be even issues that you're having with a boss, but something that compromises you being really comfortable in this Nine of Pentacles space. Okay, that's what I am getting here. Yeah, and because then we have this Queen of Swords energy, which is reverse, which suggests excuses for bad behavior, or a situation where you're being treated unjustly attacked regarding how your life is supposed to be and how it's supposed to look right now. And you can be dealing with an individual who has suddenly and seemingly turned against you, who seems really bitter and angry and maybe even a little vengeful. But typically this queen does not reverse unless there is a lot of stress. So this can be a situation where there's just a lot of stress going on. Maybe somebody very close to you is having a lot of financial issues, or maybe you are, right? And this is really what you want, and you're just feeling very stressed out about money right now. And this external influence could be your work. Again, this is a general reading, so I'll give a bunch of different scenarios. But regardless here, even of gender, right, because this is not gender specific, this person lacks awareness of just how unreasonable their demands have become. So if this is the case and you're dealing with somebody outside of yourself, the advice here is to just back away. Yeah, just back away. Yeah, because Scorpio, I do feel like, because now we have the Seven of Swords energy. This is Moon in Aquarius, and this is somebody not thinking about your highest good. We could think of this energy as like a potential transgression, someone challenging your position and someone invading your space, invading your boundaries, not thinking about you, not respecting you. Okay, so that some of you in relationships, this can indicate your partner being selfish, taking a lot from you, or too much from you emotionally, and at worst maybe even defrauding you, like doing some funny shit with money, or not being completely honest about money, or about anything else. Quite frankly, it doesn't, just because the Nine of Pentacles can mean money in the mundane sense, but it can also mean values. It could also just mean being overall supportive. It can also mean mental health. It can be physical health. So this can be somebody, if you're being treated unfairly in this situation, it could also indicate, with these three cards together, a sense of manipulation for sure. You're going to need your instincts and wits about you right now, for sure. As you discover what's going on in this energy, you might need to be a little devious to play this person at his or her own game, to find out what you need to know exactly. But it's definitely indicating some sort of unfair behavior going on around you regarding you, though. Yeah, but I do like the outcome here, right? We have this Ace of Wands, which is nice, completely positive energy for every aspect of your life. And what I like about this card so much is that it does lighten any of the negative minor arcanas that are close by, such as the Seven of Swords that we just discussed, that we were just looking at. This indicates new beginnings of all kinds, every aspect of your life. And because it's a Wands, it's all about will and feeling ready to venture into a new way of life, onto a new path. You just don't want to be in this space in the way that you've been anymore. And see, this makes sense to me because I'm getting that this typically indicates you having a very enticing vision, right? That you're working on and that you're nurturing. And I feel like it's that vision that you were nurturing in that High Priestess energy at the beginning of the reading here, at the very beginning, right? Because this is all about, High Priestess is about incubation, and it's about, I have this idea, I have this thing that I want to do, I know where I want to go, I just have to, put my ducks in a row before I can actually make those changes. And what you're doing here is you're kind of keeping it private to yourself before you start talking to anybody about it. You're really thinking things through. And this shows me, though, the outcome of this week, the ultimate seeds that are going to be planted this week are going to bring this, whatever you're looking to nurture here, to fruition. So I really like that. And then we have the Seven of Cups, which is a Venus in you. This is a Venus in Scorpio energy. And this is all about choices, choices and confusion. But I actually think this is a very, very positive card. As I know in a lot of readings, they're like, you have choices, but it's not going to go well. Well, it depends, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these 7 cards are incredibly positive, right? This is higher consciousness, this is wisdom, this is blessing, this is abundance, this is that ultimate utopia that we want for ourselves, right? And then these 2 guys here are like, they might be a little deceitful, but not in a bad way. It might just be a matter of you just not having all the information for some of the choices that are being presented to you right now. So not everything is going to be 100% clear to you. But the thing is, choices are always good, because with this card, this is about amazing opportunities, but there's just not complete clarity. And you're not going to feel totally grounded here. Like you see how the cups are in the clouds, right? They're not grounded. It's kind of how you're going to be feeling. Your emotions are the cups, right? So your emotions are kind of in the clouds. They're not grounded because you just don't have all the information. That's all. But you do have these great choices. And everything is going to become clear. Absolutely. This is just, look, I've been saying this is just a very murky month. Till Mercury comes out of retrograde in mid-August, it just is what it is. But that you have this stuff cooking underneath that is awesome. I love it. And then you have the Four of Wands reverse energy, which this is awesome. Okay. Don't be, discouraged by the fact that it's reversed, because this is one of the few minor arcana cards that still retain a very positive meaning, just with a few minor irritations. But so what? A couple of things you might be feeling, as a result of this energy here is you might feel like you don't have all the time you need to focus on doing what you love right now, and you might be experiencing some delays in your plans, which everyone is, right? Just again, I don't want to be repetitive, but because of Mercury retrograde. And even in this position, you might be feeling a little invisible and not heard right now. However, if you're feeling too much like an outsider in your life, in some area of your life, consider the environment. And consider if that environment is just not the right environment for you, because it's likely to be them and not you. So this could have to do with work. This could even have to do with your living arrangements. But overall, this unsettled phase will soon pass, and the very positive aspects of this upright position is going to prevail, because this really is a very positive card. This is about 4s, about stability, it's about happiness, very positive card. And the reverse just means there's going to be a little bit of a delay. But pay attention to what's causing the delay in front of you in real time, not only Mercury retrograde happening behind the scenes with everything. Okay, Scorpio, that is what I have, and I will see you guys next week for the 3rd week of July read. You guys take care. Bye-bye.